The Nile, which was the ancient cradle of civilization, as the ancient Egyptians harnessed the predictable flood of this river to start agriculture for the first time in the world. Today, in face of climate change, we're seeing those predictabilities changing as weather, water is uncertain around the world. That threatens all of the systems that allow humans to survive on the planet in the numbers that we are. And that represents the single greatest threat to the planet.
Abt is a global research to practice consulting firm. We have a broad team of multi-sectoral individuals to make sure that we can drive impact through the programs that we work on. We do this in collaboration with our clients. We have 4,000 individuals across the world in 50 countries, plus the United States, working on the most difficult problems that our clients are focused on.
من ساعة ما استلمت أرض من حوالي 11 سنة بعد وفاة الوالد. التحديات اللي بتواجهني كتير، وأكتر حاجة منها التغيرات المناخية. كانت في رياح بالغبرة اللي هي العواصف الترابية، وكانت رياح عادية بس كانت رياح شديدة. دي بالنسبة لنا، وبالنسبة للسيول هي جاتنا من حوالي 5-6 سنين، بتأثر معايا على الجدر لأن المية بتنزل سخنة. في نفس الوقت برضو أثناء موت الصقيع الرياح معايا بتأثر أكتر حاجة على شجر الكيت.
Abt is implementing Egypt Rural Agribusiness Licensing Project in Egypt, mainly in Delta, in the Delta region and in Upper Egypt. It is funded by USAID and with the main objective of develop the horticulture industry's abilities to better understand market signals and better respond to international as well as domestic market demand. In this project, Abt built the capacity of all value chain actors, including smallholder farmers, farmer association staff, small and medium processors. Abt provided what's called no-cost, low-cost solutions to reduce the damage of climate change, including but not limited to high temperatures, low temperatures, fluctuations in temperatures along the day, winds, and so on.
لكن صراحة بعد توصيات المهندسين اللي في المشروع قدرت أعرف إني أنا مشط الحر أتفاداها إزاي، مشط الصقيع أتفاداها إزاي. فدي من الحاجات كتيرة صراحة أفادنا فيها المشروع وزود إنتاجيته. يعني أنا السنة اللي فاتت بايعة ب3000 ال10 جرارين، أنا السنة دي بايعهم ب7000. طبعاً زيادة الدخل دي ما جاتش من فراغ، جات من تجليم صح، من ري صح، من تسميد صح، من طريقة تعامل مع الشجرة، لأني خلونا إزاي إحنا نحس بيها وهي تحس بينا، فهي لما حست بينا ادتنا إنتاج.
As a company in the global development sector, Abt Associates is focused on consulting to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. That allows us to bring together actors from the public sector, the private sector, civil society, to focus on making the world a healthier, more sustainable, better place for us all to live. We carry out basic research to help inform good public policy on climate change, but we also work with governments to implement those policies and make sure they can be brought into the real world and executed.
When we were a young organization in the early 70s, our clients at the Housing and Urban Development Department asked us to help them with the Housing Choice Voucher Program. We pioneered the evidence and qualitative understanding of the homeless population in the United States, and that culminates in a seminal report to Congress on a regular basis that shows them where homelessness is most acute, what programs exist, and how effectively are they addressing it. It doesn't take much for us in looking at the news to understand the intersection and the impact that climate change has on what I've called this plank of stability for an individual and stability for a community, and the resilience of individuals and communities. So when we break the connective tissue of stable housing and affordable housing for folks, which climate change has threatened quite extensively in the last several years, we end up with issues that address the resiliency of communities and the resiliency of individuals to lead their lives on a day-to-day basis. So Abt Associates, as I said, is expert in housing, but we're also expert in the social determinants of health and environmental justice, and so we bring that all together when we see the devastating impact of climate change on the world today.
It's impossible for the public sector to tackle climate change by itself. It's going to take the resources of the whole world, the public and private sector working together to mobilize everything that's necessary. Governments can make policies, but it's going to take collaboration with the private sector to make sure that those policies are carried out in the real world.